Hello, children. This is Pooja Badkul here, and today we'll study the lesson 15 of your physics, that is motion and time. So, the name itself suggests there is some kind of movement with related to time. So, these two topics will be covered in your lesson. Now, if we consider an object or a living body, it takes two positions. First is rest and second is motion. So in the picture on the screen you can see some things are on rest and some are at motion. Some are sitting, lying, and some are running, some are cycling. So a body can be in two kind of positions. That may be of rest or that may be of motion. Now, motion can also be of two types. It can be slow or fast. For example, you can see if a cycle is running, it is called in slow motion. And comparatively, if we call for an aeroplane, it's said to be in fast motion. Same is with air. Breeze is a slow motion, and storm or tornado, they are the examples of fast motion. Now, if we want to study whether a thing is in fast or slow motion, then two parameters are necessary. First is the distance traveled and second is the time taken. For example, we are taking a car race. A car travels 100 meter in 5 minutes. Another travels 100 meter in 10 minutes. So here both the parameters are necessary, that is the distance traveled and the time taken. Next, we proceed towards the measurement of time. How do we measure time? How do we know how much time is passed and how much time is left? So, how can we measure time? Now, according to the early observations, in ancient time, with the sunrise, people used to call it as a day. When the sun rose, people call it as day. And when the sun set in ancient time, it was called as night. So, this was the parameter for measuring time in ancient days. We using the sunset and sunrise. Also, the position of stars and moons during night was also responsible for the measurement of time during the olden days. Next comes the sundial. It's also an olden instrument, olden times, which was used to measure time. So, for your understanding, I have attached two images. This is the Jantar Mantar at Jaipur sundial. It was an example of architecture. It was the olden time measurement of time instrument used in the olden days. So in Delhi also there is Jantar Mantar. So the Jantar Mantar of Delhi is also an example of a latest sundial. The picture of Jantar Mantar of Delhi is on the screen. Have a look. It's also an example of a sundial. Now, next is the clock. Clock are of many types. For example, it can be a table clock, it can be a sand or water clock, it can be a digital clock as well. So here we will study all the three types of clocks one by one. I'll show you the pictures and explain them as well. So, first is the clock. You might be very well aware. See the picture, it's being shown on the screen. This is a table clock. You might have seen it many times. This is a normally used clock nowadays. Many people have it in their homes. Next is the sand or water clock. It's comparatively an olden variety of clock. In this sand or water, both the materials can be used in olden days, but it could not give correct time. It used to give approximate time, not the correct time, as compared to the sundial. So you can see on the screen, first it was the sand clock, and now it's being shown the water clock. Next is the digital clock. What is a digital clock? Nowadays, you might be having children wear on their wrist. It's also attached on the wall. So, digital clocks show only the time. No hour and no minute hand, no second hand is there. Only the time is being shown in 24 hours or 12 hours pattern. So, this is the digital clock being shown on the screen. Next, very important is the atomic clock. What is an atomic clock? atomic clock is a very modern type of clock, and the accuracy of atomic clock is to the millionth part of a second. This clock is at the National Physics Lab at Delhi, and it's used for experiments as well. Next is the stop clock. You might have seen during racing, during athletes or vehicle racing or car racing, the timer is set in a clock. It beeps when the race is finished. That is a stop clock. It's also used in laboratory observations. See on the screen, the picture of stop clock is being shown to you. Here we can set the time during the races or experiments for knowing the observations timely. So this is this on the screen. These are the pictures of stop clock. Now, one a very important topic is the SI unit of time. So SI unit of time is second. SI means the international standards. The unit according to the international standards of time is second. It's accepted all over the countries. So there's a relation between second, minutes, hour, days, months, and year. It's being shown on the screen. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, or 3600 seconds. 1 day, you know very well, 24 hours, 1 month, 30 days, 1 year, 12 months, and 365.25 days. This 0.25 completes 1 day in 4 years, and that's the leap year. Now, children, I'm giving you an activity related to the today's explanation, that is the preparing of a sundial. This activity you all have to do, and you can upload the pictures on your group. You can show the picture personally to your teacher. Just go through the description given on the screen, and only two things are required. One is a cardboard sheet and another is a wooden stick. Using these two things you can make a sundial. You can have a better understanding how in olden days sundial was used. I hope the topic is clear to you. God bless you. Thank you.